Yeah, so this is the first time I'm having a meeting before a podcast and then having the podcast. So that's probably why I'm
We had a meeting.
Okay.
So welcome to the part 2 episode of today's morning conversations. Welcome to the Impact Nexus.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anara, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. So Heba is someone that you will find all across the internet. If you just Google Heba Al Shehhi, you'll find her from TED Talks, in conferences, in a seminar. If you don't mind briefly introducing, for those who haven't really found out or understood your mission and who Hiba is, could you mind introducing yourself to the audience?
So my name is Heba Al Shehhi. I'm a PMO expert. I'm a head of PMO in Dubai Municipality as well. Winner of Best PMO Leader of the Year in 2023, book author of the book Elements of Leadership.
Yes, right here.
I'm also an artist. I'm a mother, a wife, and I wear different hats in life. I'm also a PMO GA MENA Hub lead, volunteering with PMI. There are lots of things that make up the roles that Hiba does in life. But for me, like, what's my mission in life? My mission is that I want to leave an impact. When I leave this world, I have an impact in people's lives that I will be remembered with something good, hopefully. So that's, I believe this is my mission. Wherever I go and any role that I do, I want to just
leave something behind.
Leave something nice behind, something good, something that people will take on with their lives, with their kids, with their families, and it will continue for generations to come. I hope that's my impact. That's what defines me as Hiba.
I see you as someone who is adding that sense of humanity into the practice of project management. You know, when you say just trying to be something good, you're thinking beyond theories, beyond deliverables. You're just thinking about just leaving an impact behind. Have you always carried yourself with that sense of responsibility to leave something behind?
I believe, yes. I think it's the way I am raised. So it's since I was a kid, I was trying to be responsible for others, like carrying them with me. I remember in the classroom, whenever a teacher asks a question and I understand immediately, this is what she means, but others are confused in the class, I try to ask more questions, seeming like I'm dumber than others, so others can understand. So I used to do that, and I did that all the time in the university, and because I just felt like if people are lost, they don't get it, I want them to get it with me.
Spot on.
If we'll talk about your career, how you have started, if you can just briefly tell us, as you finished the university with your major in IT, from my understanding, and now achieving the position and the impact that you're having now in Dubai Municipality, how that journey started.
Okay, so you have to know that my choice in career as IT wasn't my choice.
Okay, one of those. Okay,
one of those, exactly. I think back in my generation, I was born 80s. I'm not saying
she's still 21,
80s.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this generation, I think we're all in the same, roughly the same generation. We were not taught in school how are we going to choose our majors, or what are we going to study, what are we going to be when we grow up. It's something that's not taught in schools. We were just taught to study, memorize, go to the exam, take the exam, get good grades, and then you're on your own. So I was like that. I was really confused when I graduated high school. I didn't know what I wanted to study. I knew very well that I wanted to do something related to psychology. At that point of time, I was thinking, it's a very weird major. I was looking in one university somewhere in the US that studied, that teaches faceology.
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 Interesting.
Which is the study of the human face, like your features, and what can your features say about you as a character. What's your personality from your face. And now I know how to read faces a little bit because I took later on so many courses about it. But when I graduated high school, I was so curious, and I'm still curious about humans, how they think, how they behave, why do they do the things that they do, whether in work, life, whatever it is. So this curiosity, I wanted to really do something like this. I wasted my time trying to find the right major for me. I remember my grandmother told me, don't go for psychology, don't go for medicine, because it's really tiring, because all of my aunts are doctors. Okay. So my grandmother was like thinking, you won't have a life. It will be very tough for you. You won't be able to get married. It's like all of these things. And as I didn't know what I wanted at the end of the day. So I thought, okay, fine. I'm just going to forget about medicine. And I went to the college, and I went to the dean in the college, and I told him, what's the most challenging program that you have on the list?
That is not medicine.
Said, no, they didn't have medicine at the time. And he said, it's business information technology. That's the hardest that we have. I said, I'll go for that.
That's actually very
That's the reason why I
interesting.
chose IT. It wasn't because I didn't have any people guiding me, no mentors, no coaches.
No one thought that you as a woman and IT is not kind of...
No, I had in my group we were 24 ladies working, studying together. I would say probably only 10% of us are still in the IT field. The rest of us are either not working or doing something completely different. So maybe less than 10% also.
But that's very interesting, because I have absolutely opposite experience with choosing my major. Yeah. Because everyone been 100% sure that I will go for medicine, that I will be a doctor, and no one has any thought or anything that I would choose something else. I was like, no, I don't want to deal with human body. That's too scary, and it's too much responsibility. I took my documents from the school. I went to the technical university, submitted my papers, and then everyone been shocked. Everyone been shocked. It's like, oh, the girl and IT, okay, you'll waste your 4 or 5 years, and then, okay, we'll help you with career somehow, but just make it done. Yeah. Surprisingly, all of them been wrong. So I've succeeded quite well.
Most parents would try to push their kids to go for either engineering, medicine, something like.
Where I come from is engineering or medicine. It was more driven from the fact that the success, and then the financial rewards, monetary rewards from those careers as well. So you have to be a doctor, and courses were seen as a failure if it's not in, those.
So that's the word. You have to be one of these roles.
To succeed in life, you have to. And there's also the prestige in the community. My son is a doctor. Or my son is a lawyer.
Exactly.
My son is a,
social pressure.
The social pressure, exactly.
Yeah.
So there you are in business and
information technology.
Information technology.
Yeah, I made the best out of it.
How do you mean?
I was always an A student, so I was really, really good in all of the classes, all of the majors. I have a very nice group of friends that we meet every few months together. Like the full class, we still get together. I really love them. It's like this class that I think we had proper chemistry among each other. So we all were learning at the same time. We were creating friends. We were growing together. So these college years are really, really important. I think I grew a lot during those years. And when I graduated, yes, I was an A student. I had very good high grades. And I was hired in Dubai Municipality. But still, the IT field wasn't really very convincing for me, because when I came to Dubai Municipality, they gave me some programming tasks to do. It was just too boring for me.
So a role in Dubai Municipality was obviously
a programmer.
based... Excuse me?
My title was a programmer. I was a programmer. But I couldn't last as a programmer, and I think my direct supervisor, he noticed that.
Observed it, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And he noticed that I was going and asking questions about all of these projects and trying to get
beyond
know
of your responsibility.
Exactly.
So it wasn't necessarily the pressure around the domain itself, but the passion, right? That curiosity was extending beyond code, right? It was going to the why for the projects and all of that.
Yeah. And because code wasn't my passion, I was curious enough to just go look what's there, what's out there in this environment.
Did you find
Yeah.
some resistance? Like, what is this about this lady Hiba? Why can't she just stick to this box? Or was it something that was encouraged?
I think I was lucky. I was lucky to have a head of unit and head of section who trusted me enough to kind of, I would say they threw me in the sea, but they were there holding my hands to help me swim. So they added me in the PMO of the section, development section PMO. That was like from second week probably. And I was added to a very huge project. And I was working as a member in the team. And at some point after 6 or 7 months when the project manager, he had to leave, I was actually his backup as backup project manager.
Just being freshly graduated
6
from
months.
the university.
So it was really, yeah. I think when I talk about kindness sometimes, people sharing information is a sort of kindness. And the project manager, he was trying to teach me day in and day out. My bosses, they trusted me. They were trying to teach me all of that. That was actually kind of them. And it helped me grow.
It's beautiful that you have a great segue to kindness because it's something I want to really talk about a lot. Your perspective on kindness within an organization is one that I find challenging in terms of difficult to implement. So, for example, you as an early employee in your career found people on their own were kind and were willing to support you. But how do you make that part of an organizational culture? Like one could assume that if you didn't have those people in those positions, maybe your career could have been totally different.
So I think it starts with the leaders. So if the leaders are taught how to be kind, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a
exactly
problem.
right.
Yeah, and it goes like deep within the leader. Is there? Are they? How do you say it? Are they clean from inside? Do they have the right compass? Do they know where are they leading their teams?
Because how do we differentiate kindness from just being human? Do we have to define kindness as another tier of competence, or this is just expected as a human being to support each other?
See, the issue with human beings, they are flawed. They are flawed. Human beings are not perfect. There's the good, there's the bad, there's the people who are trying in the middle to do their best. So I cannot tie kindness immediately with being a human. But if you go back to the instinct of humans, not the current human, the instinct of humans, our instinct is to be good. So if we take the how do you call intuitive, instinctive,
inherent characteristics,
nature of humans, that will definitely be the kind, the fair, the resilient leader, the leader that will make sure that everyone grows with them. I just remembered something. I was talking once about trust in one of the events in Dubai. And one of my friends after the session, she came up to me and she said, what you say is great and it's amazing. But when you were speaking, I was thinking, where is Heba living? Is she living in
on this planet or on a different planet? Yeah.
And I thought it's sad. It's true. I have seen my share of people who are not trusting or backstabbing. I've seen that kind of people. That's for sure. Those people are there. But I refuse to believe that the world that we live in cannot be changed. So the more I talk about trust, the more I talk about kindness, my hope is that when people listen to that, they little by little go back to their inherent nature, to their instinct, and act. Always, for example, always choose kindness.
Well, it's also the leadership by example. If you as a leader are showing your example that the kind,
Definitely.
that the leader with the human qualities can
Definitely.
succeed, and then the team follows you. I saw your team, and all of them just admire you and your leadership style.
Yeah.
That actually is something that influences the people around you, and
Exactly.
also makes people to follow you and also follow your example as well.
Yeah, exactly. This is why the target in my book is leaders, because if the leaders learn all of these aspects, and others will grow, and then they will also generate more leaders for the future.
Like talking about a team, I have never seen a team admire, like the way your team looks at you. And I've, in conferences, right, where you're speaking and I see a set of individuals, I can tell, okay, that's Hiba's team. They're there, they're present, they're engaged, they're admiring, they love everything about you. I'm sure it's not just by talking about trust. There are practical things you've done. Do you mind sharing some of those things, and how difficult was it to convert the team or to create that bond within the team to show that, yes, you can trust me and I trust you as well?
Yeah. So it's a mix of kindness, trust, and fairness all together. For my team, for example, I don't show them different faces every day. So there is integrity, there is value. They know what Heba stands for. They know what I refuse to do as against my values, and my values and their values are aligned. So this made a great chemistry. And when someone at some point of time entered my team and their values were not really clicking with our team, they didn't stay, they didn't last. And for me to be kind or fair to them, I have to take the tough decisions sometimes, right? So if a team member wasn't fitting very well, I have to remove that person from the equation so they don't ruin it for the others. Yeah.
Like fit is one thing we consider when hiring. So we look at the CV, we look at the profile, great. Then we have conversations. And what we're really looking for is, does this person stick and fit within the team? We're trying to filter out what are the values of this person, how do they operate, the nuances. Like, it's one thing to be perfect on paper, but if your values are totally different from the values of the team, it's like having a cancer. Something you've also incorporated within your team, which I haven't seen anywhere, I think it's a life coach.
Yes.
So first of all, where did that thought come from to have a life coach?
During COVID.
Okay, COVID. Okay.
During COVID, we were in lockdown. We were working like 600% more than the normal times. We were always in meetings and calls on Teams, on whatever. We had lots of deadlines. We were like the whole management in Dubai Municipality. We were working so much. And at some point, it really affected us. We were kind of fighting in meetings, and it wasn't okay. And one of my team members is already a co-active life coach. So I asked her, do you mind if you get on board officially and have two roles, the PMO analyst and a life coach, co-active coach, she called herself, to be on board officially and help us kind of smooth things out and try to see how things are going. And we did a few sessions together. We tried to manage the stress that was coming from the fear of COVID, plus the stress that was coming from the pressure of the work that we were...
Especially remote work, when there is no human interaction.
Exactly. And she gave us a few hints, and we tried to even fit in more breaks in between. We tried to have more open conversations. And she's still on board doing the same thing.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, we had a session with her 2 weeks ago in the coffee shop in Dubai Municipality. Me and my whole team were there. And she was trying to... one of my team members is unfortunately leaving. So she was trying to kind of make her feel better about leaving and taking the right choice. And at the same time, we were all sad that she is leaving, and we already lost one team member who was really good. He also left. So she was trying to tell her, what are your values? What's the values of the organization that you are going to? And are they kind of matching or not?
But is this something you prepare the team for ahead of time? Like today, do you tell the team, like do they know today that, listen, we will do our best to keep you, but we know that you may have to leave when you have to leave?
That's exactly what I do.
Okay.
And when they leave, because all of the team is working together in a very nice chemistry, like the tasks are going from one person to the other, and we can definitely manage. It is a loss for me to kind of build someone over the years and then they leave. But at the end of the day, if they're leaving to work in another organization, they will benefit that organization in Dubai, in the UAE, and it will benefit my country at the end of the day. So that's the goal, actually. I'm building people so they can go build other places, and then we can all benefit.
But I think
I think it comes back.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's a mindset of caring as well as the value that you're providing, not being selfish for your team and delivering of all the projects that you have in the PMO, but actually understanding that you have the person that can contribute now to the country from the different position, not only from the Dubai Municipality.
Yeah, I like that sense of national pride. It's such a privilege to work for a government entity because you know the why behind why you're here. So at the end of the day, it's like, listen, there's a greater goal, there's a greater good that exists. But working for government has its bureaucracies and has its own inherent challenges. So how do you infuse these principles? So there's one thing to embed this within your team, but your team is just a small part of a whole. Your team is going to interact with other teams in the organization. Are you seeing those values spread through the organization, or are you seeing challenges with the resistance? How has it been?
Yeah. So let me tell you, in Dubai Municipality 2 years ago, the HR department introduced the life coach in the organization.
Oh, wow.
So I started it back in COVID, within my team, but it ended up happening across the organization. You can book a session with that life coach monthly or every 2 weeks. So that's a good progress to have it across the organization. And thinking about mental health and psychological safety for the employees, I think it's across all government. It's something that's, I think, picking up the light. I think people are shedding light on it.
You were a pioneer in Dubai Municipality in rolling that out.
Yeah.
That's excellent to see.
But talking about bureaucracy and all of that, in Dubai government specifically, it's the goal of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid is to reduce bureaucracy across the UAE and Dubai. So we're always challenged to put our best ahead. We're always challenged to reduce the number of steps needed for a customer to apply for a service. So even if we think at some point we're really good, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid will come and challenge us again. No, you have to be better than that. You have to be better. You have to always be number one. Because the person in number two is just last.
No one remembers number two.
Exactly.
No one remembers. Yeah.
So we have to always be number one, always challenge ourselves. So
does that stress you? So that could challenge you, that could stress you. I guess there's a balance between the two, right? Because you mentioned that you are very curious. So in that case, knowing that someone supports my desire to be better, to do more, that mandate could help fuel that. But also that mandate could be some pressure as well.
Yeah.
So how do you balance the two?
See, I think if I'm working within the field that I love, I find my passion, I find the thing that I really want to improve, I want to improve it. Okay. If I get an external pressure to improve it, I'm fine with it.
Okay, because you already, that's something you desire.
That's something I desire to do. That's something I really want to focus on because that's something I love. So this is maybe going back to your question about how I make my team the way that they are.
Yeah.
I know the passion of each member of my team. I know what they are good at and what's their skills, and I can move tasks between them, so they do what they want to do and what they are best at.
Can that be your formula of managing such a diverse of portfolio of projects that you have in the PMO? Because you're coming from IT background, and but you have infrastructure, construction, all sort of the business as well projects. And is it how you juggle all of those projects?
So I think the formula is, if the personal goals of the employees match the organizational goal of the organization, if you put them all on the table and try to see where are the values, where do they all fit, and make it work so it's a win for the employees and it's a win for the organization. That's a success formula for any organization or any leader.
And who leads this? I mean, if Hiba is not in that position, do you think your team will be as effective as it is? And I know the answer may be yes, but what is really the answer?
I'm not sure, frankly. I am building my team, so if I leave, the team shouldn't fall apart. So they should be able to manage the PMO the same way that I am managing. And I'm building all of these teams.
How have you been able to balance all of this? And I know it's something we've talked about. Because, first of all, ensuring that the values of your team members match the values of the organization, it doesn't happen in one meeting. It happens in personal, close conversations. It happens in a lot of coffee.
Day to day.
I am running out of coffee budget, by the way, in case my management is listening. So it's consistent, right?
Yeah.
So even just think about on the work, how do you handle this and you still have hundreds of projects as well within your portfolio as a leader?
So the team members are the priority because they are the ones who are handling those projects. So when it comes to tough decisions or tough reports that we have to write, I work with them on those reports, and we try to submit. And in between, in the daily interactions, it's when I find out what's their values and if their values are contradicting to the organizational values. And it's task by task, and it's day by day, and it's consistency. Because if at some point I tell them I don't care about what you do, then I'm not consistent as a leader, and I lose trust, right? So consistency, we talked about integrity in the beginning, and now consistency. And the third thing is empowerment. So if I empower my team to take the decisions, then I test them out and say, kind of take a back seat and see what they will do. I will also find out if there is any conflict of values. Right?
Can it be also your natural instinct of a mother, of a woman, to encourage this kind of strategy with your team? What do you think?
I think as a natural instinct of a woman, I think we are good in noticing complexities in human beings. But in terms of leaders, whether women or men are best as leaders, I think it's the human, it's that person. Are they the best leader according to their situation, according to their character, the way they were raised, their culture, all of that? All of these elements that makes them who they are. Are they the best leaders to manage that job with all of their elements, like the complexities in the organization, the changes that happen in the organization, the values, all of that. And we come back to the same formula. Is that person a fit in that place? With all of the complications here and all of the complications here. Are they a match? And if they are a match, is there fairness? Is there kindness in the equation? All of these things have to be put in the mix for you to be able to say that person, a man or a woman, is the best leader.
Who sets the table for you? So we're seeing what you're doing for your team. We're seeing the consistency. We're seeing the intentionality around what you do.
I have had my share of leaders who didn't trust me and those who did. So I think it's a mix of both. Those who trusted me, they put me on the right track. They shared information with me. They were kind enough to give me all of their the juice. And those who tried to push me away because I didn't meet their values. So I learned from those as well. And I think you learn when you are challenged from that segment of people more than the people that they trust you, because they will challenge. You're on edge all the time. You're on your toes. You don't know what that person wants. And I didn't work well with one person at some point. He moved me to another section. He tried to keep me out of his way. And it didn't, I would say, I learned from him that I shouldn't trust my team blindly. He taught me that I have to dig deeper into every deliverable that they give me.
Oh, yeah.
And think about, challenge them with the solutions that they provided. It was IT solutions. And he taught me that I shouldn't trust them. And I took it as, okay, I can open up my eyes more. I still trusted them, but I opened up my eyes. And I challenged them and I improved the solutions that they gave. So I took whatever negative that he was trying to kind of throw at me.
And you framed it positively.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And this is why I think I became more of a perfectionist.
Your attention to detail, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I am a perfectionist, to be frank. I like to dig into complexities and I like to find solutions for the challenges that I face. So it's me.
Yeah, I've heard that because in Dubai Municipality, someone said that if that email comes from Heba, you can 100% trust it because everything been checked and backed up.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, they know me. Even you will not find a spelling mistake in my email.
Yes, exactly. Not only the spelling mistake, but everything that goes behind of that email, like a proof, like whatever been prepared, due diligence, everything is kind of done. Yes.
Exactly.
Spot on. Just before we touch on the book, sorry, Anara, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that early in my career, one of my managers, he said that in your career life, you would have sponsors who would give you opportunities. So they will give you a position, a project, something that will show your qualities and your work or expertise. And they will be in your life mentors who will be mentoring you in the positive way as well as in the negative way. So they will challenge you or they will guide you. So those are two different kind of personas in your career that will either you would use those opportunities from the mentors or sponsors, or you would just ignore them. I think your eyes been open, and also your mental state was like, I will take this challenge and I will overcome it. This is the difference that you put there in that situations to learn and then to grow as well.
This is why mentorship is very important for me. I still mentor people now, even on LinkedIn community, completely external to the UAE even. And it's very important for me because I think I have to give back. I have to give back to, even though those people who mentored me are within Dubai Municipality or within Dubai government, I still think what they taught me has to be paid forward.
No, 100%. Someone once said, I don't know who, said 3 things you have to do before you die. Plant a tree, I think raise someone, and
write a book.
Write a book.
It's on my bucket list as well. I have a bucket list and I have a personal development plan, both of them.
Excellent.
And I've had them since I had a career coach back in, I think, I don't know which year exactly, 2012 or something. And the minute he sat with me, he said, "Do you have a bucket list?" I said, "What's a bucket list? I don't know what's that." He said, "Things that you want to do before you die." And he forced me to write 100 things.
100 things to do before you die.
Yeah.
I mean, how wild did that list go? How?
It was very wild.
Yeah.
It was very wild. Very imaginative.
At some point, don't you just get bored and just start writing anything?
It was really amazing. Great exercise. I really recommend that all of you do it. It starts with very imaginative things. And then I thought, okay, no, let me be more practical. The second time I went back to it, it was really a clear list of things I want to do before I die.
Was the elements of leadership on that?
Yes.
Okay, because it's a phenomenal book. I call it a book that takes us back to the practicality of leading. You know, you brought in, not the theories now, you brought in really very, what people may consider basic principles, but intuitive principles. You don't mind sharing briefly what these elements are? And I don't think it's not a book that you read end to end. I plan to use this as a guide for my team.
It's a guide.
It's a guide, like literally a guide, on how to lead.
That's actually the goal of the book, is that you can use these elements whenever you need to. You can call in anything related to water, being adaptable, trusting, all of that. You can call in the elements that are related to earth, stability, the change.
Yep. Fire.
Exactly. Fire for lifelong learning is part of fire, and breathing fire into your team, being passionate about what you do. And the last thing is air. Yeah. Wind and air, and how you, if a leader walks into the room, he's like a gentle breeze.
It's such a creative way of framing things.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the fact that
that's the artistic side.
The
of
artistic
me.
side of you. I mean, what is your artistic side? Is it you do painting? Are you in the creative, dramatic space? Like, what is your artistic side?
I am a contemporary artist, and recently I came into the Islamic calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Yeah, because
wow.
I think so. Contemporary part, mixing it with the calligraphy, it allows me. I do the very specific, sharp lines of font. So it's called square kufi. Yeah. So the square, it's like very specific sizes of the font that I have to kind of measure with a ruler. And then the background is messy. The background is contemporary, it's messy, it's modeling paste, colors, it's all
like
mixed
life.
together.
The life is so messy,
exactly.
and you're
so
trying to
that's
perfect
chaos.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos and life, and
right in the center you have that perfection.
You have the perfection and things that will guide you through all of your life. So that's why I really love Islamic calligraphy. But the book, the reason why I chose nature element is that nature is intuitive. And if we go back to the same conversation that we were talking about, humans instinctively, they have to be good. They have to think back of what's their nature from within. And I tried to link these concepts. I didn't want it to seem very theoretical. I wanted people to kind of visualize it and think about it in a way that will help them remember it. So this is why I framed it into those.
Well, you achieved your goal without a doubt. Like when I pick it, because there's so much out there in the market, and there's a lot of theory out there. And Hiba doesn't do boring. First of all, okay? The first thing, when we talked about the book, she's like, what do you expect? I don't do boring.
I don't do boring.
And this is fantastic.
Yeah. And before we close our podcast, how do you manage all of that? Being a woman, having a kids, having a family, building the career, having all the education that you are doing, attending all the courses, certifications, building the team in such a position that you have.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Share, please.
See, if you're looking for balance, I don't.
No one has
I don't
balance.
do balance.
I don't
do boring. I don't do
either.
balance.
No, there is not that thing.
I would say I try to get my kids involved as much as I can. Like for example, in the last TED Talk, I practiced with my kids until they got bored. Like when I was on stage, they were there in the room, and my son was like saying the words with me while I'm on stage. This much,
he knew that much.
This much practice I did with them. And whenever I do something, like there's a video of me on YouTube, I open it and I show them. Even my 4 years old, he was like, "Mom, I saw kindness on TV. You were talking about kindness on TV," in his own little words. So I try to get them involved as much as I can. But at some point, because we're not perfect, like we expect to be, or people expect us to be like the perfect mothers, perfect wives, as if we're not working. And they were expected to be the perfect employees and perfect leaders within our job, as if we are not married. So that expectation should go away. I would assume we are not perfect. I could mess up here or mess up here, and it's fine because I'm learning from my mistakes. And at some point, maybe my family will need more attention from me at some point of time, more than my work or any aspect of my professional life, volunteering or whatever. A while ago, I discovered that my son has diabetes type 1. And I think at that point, with that discovery, like I felt like the world is coming to an end. I'm stopping everything. But I came back to kind of find the mix together. Like, he was a priority at some point. My family was a priority until we were able to figure things out, manage things, and now I'm back to that.
But you have also
from here and here whenever I can.
Yeah, you have also your ambition, right?
Yeah.
The bucket list and what you want to achieve as well. So you're also trying to find the time and put all those parts of the life as a priority.
And I can never find the time to do all of this, but I try to do here and there, and I try to put my own priorities. Don't put too much pressure on myself. And if I find myself too pressured at some point, I call up my friends who are waiting for me now in a coffee shop. Guys, we need to go out, we need to vent. So I have my support system as my girlfriends, and it's really important for the leader to take care of themselves, before anyone else.
We're going to wrap it up with this, that support system. So we've talked about humanity, values, kindness, but at the base or at somewhere around all of that is that shoulder, and it could be your friends, it could be family, but you're doing so.
It could be yourself.
It could be yourself, leading self.
Yes,
it could be yourself. And I was going to ask you which element is predominantly you, Heba, and how you lead.
I think it's water. Because I'm more adaptable and I can fit in with change quickly.
Thanks a lot for coming to our podcast. It was a pleasure having you here and have our discussion.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Thanks, Hiba. We're going to definitely do a next round of conversations soon.
Yeah, I think 1 hour is not enough.
No, it's not.
It is not.
No, it's not. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.